So I'm changing my rear tire, spare tire hoist on this 07 Avalanche, and what I did to remove this clip here is I put a screwdriver, I'll just grab it here, put a screwdriver in between here and just pried it in such an angle that I could just pull it off, and then after that it just separates nice and easy. Like now it's separated, and I just got to figure out a way to get that out of my way so I can get to the nut there and take that part off. So just gonna have to do a little more investigating to see where exactly I have to go to get that out, but you can see a little bit better here. This is where I put the screwdriver in here, just pried it this way, just very gently because you don't want to break it, that's plastic, and that separated this part. And this style off an 07 Avalanche, I ordered another part that you might see on the internet first and foremost when searching for this one, which did not have that rubber boot, and I opted to put the other one in, so I'll show it to you in a minute as soon as I get this bar separated. See you in a bit. So I tried to do it delicately, and that nut that's in the way there, I kind of had to take the bar and, like here, and sort of push pressure on, like bow it, so that I get enough gap there to pull this out of here so I can get to the nut that I got to take off, or the bolt. So I'm just going to take that off and show you the two parts and put the new part in. I think the new part's going to work better than this because this had a safety catch to prevent the spare from falling off, but the other part does not have this extended part here. And quite frankly, I don't think it's really that necessary. Of course, maybe for the vehicle to be in code or whatever it has to, but I opted not to put it in, and I'm going to put the other one in, which is designed for an 07 Avalanche, so I'll let you know how it works in the long run, but that's my intent at this point. I think the two parts are identical otherwise, with the exception of this elongated part here. I'll show it to you after. So these are the two parts side by side. I noticed after taking off this part that this little plastic clip I didn't have to remove because it comes with its own. But anyway, just to show you, they're fairly identical with the exception of the extension tube here, which really is quite a big part of the problem with the spare tires getting stuck. So I have opted to go with the other one. If you see the other side as well, I mean, it's a bit dirty, but you can see they're identical. It's got the same V, it's got the same, pretty much everything, just the exception of that little extension part. And I guess this tube being cut, I guess I'll see how it fits once I put it on. That bolt is pretty rusted on there, so just make sure you take your time, put lots of penetrating oil, and I'll show you when the job's done. So I found out one of the problems with that angle that's over there, this angle here, that's to make it easier to put this bar back on this tube or whatever that. So I would highly advise to put this in place here before you install the spare tire hoist, because you might have some issues. Might have to take it off and start all over. So word to the wise, make sure you put this back in before you put the nut back on. Alright, I'm gonna do the rest of the job. So here's the part installed. Everything's back in place, the cover's on, the plastic is on. The only difference, like I said, that extension tube is gone. I'll put on my spare now, and before I post this video I'll let you guys know how it worked. That way I don't have to make a second video. I'm quite certain it'll work well. But in the meantime, job is done. Took maybe half an hour. Most of the work being taking that bolt off that was pretty rusted on there. So just be cautious not to break that bolt, and put lots of oil, back it off, push it in, back it off, push it in until you get it all nice and loose. And then oil it up before you put it back in, and like I said, I'll report back in a couple of seconds on the video, but it'll probably be a week or two or a day or two after I put the spare on, see how to let you know how it works. Hope this video helped you out. I know I couldn't find any videos on YouTube to help my situation, so again, this is for an 07 Avalanche. I took the part number off GM. They gave me this one, which is the wrong one. If you want to match exactly what you have, you can order it, but I got this one and I think it'll be a better one. Okay, have a good day. Bye. So I got the tire installed. They went in really nicely. There's a nice tension on there with the spring that's provided there. I didn't dare tighten it too much more than this. I don't want to, I'll check in a couple of days, see how it goes. Tire sits a little bit on an angle downwards, but I think that's normal because it sits on the frame up there. But yeah, I think this thing's going to work fine. Anyway, talk to you again, and hopefully this helped you out.